Hey, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, if I get started, I want to give all honor and glory and power to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Hakwadash. I want to take double honors to our elders, our great apostles, great millstone, GMS, who rule well and teach well, being a great example to Israel. All right, man, the elect, I want to say peace and blessings. All right, to the hopefully elect on the four corners, presenting truth and sincerity. All right, the great song is brought in the bar. I just come with a little quick lesson. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, to give those that have ears to hear and eyes to see. All right, the protection, the hedge, which is a covering. All right, come in the form of a shield, which is Isaiah 33:6. As it stated, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. All right, wisdom and knowledge of the Bible. All right, not the knowledge of this world, because the knowledge of this world is foolish with the Most High Yahweh. It's not going to get you salvation. It's not going to get you in a place of safety. All right, but the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the Bible, all right, will give you the means of endurance and being steadfast, unmovable. All right, and always depend upon Yahweh Shema Shai for refuge. Because these terrible times that we coming into, as the scriptures say, perilous times shall come. And as you can see on the screen, you see this robot. All right, and it's a dangerous game. Esau created these robots, but the Most High Yahweh, he got control of all things. You see, the Most High Yahweh have control of all things, man. And we know we coming to the time that this devil is going to come down with this great wrath. So ask yourself, if you can go head up with a robot, ask yourself, can you go head up with a robot? You think with you in this natural flesh that you in, you can beat up a robot? You can outrun a robot? You can outthink a robot? Think about it. And these are the times that's coming to Babylon the Great, as we seeing that, certain technology, being advanced and being openly displayed. Robot dogs, human robots, dealing with Neuralink, Elon Musk, dealing with the things that he bringing out, a lot of things. But guess what? It's going to be known very soon and undeniable, right? So ask yourself once again, what can you do with a robot? How can you defeat a robot, all right, without divine intervention, without the help of the Lord? How can you? Answer that on my comment board. Put that on my comment board. How can you? There's no fucking way. We need Yahweh Shema Shai, man. And this is what the prophets is constantly stating and warning, all right, week in and week out, in season, out of season. All right, bloodshed and tears, crying out. All right, to you people, you Israelites. This devil, he got some shit. All right? He got some shit. Now watch this video right here. This is cold, but watch this video. See, this is wild. All right, so I'm searching some more videos, get a couple precepts, and Lord willing, y'all brothers to be edified while I lay the law down. Now check this out right here. Look at that. You think you can beat a robot, beat this? No, you can't beat that. Spiritual power will have to be given. Spiritual power will be given. This is the only how we're going to be able to defeat this devil. All right, check this out right here. It says the history of robots from the 1900s. Just show the pictures. Robots may feel like modern inventions. Robots, it says like around 250 BC inventions in ancient Greece. See that? Ancient what? Greece. We're already building automated machines powered by water, air, and goods. Remember, the wicked came in power when? In the time of the Greeks. Then the Romans. now back at the revival Rome, which caused the Renaissance, Babylon the Great. In the 15th century, Leonardo da Vinci designed a mechanical knight. The word robot didn't appear until 1920. You see that? For a decade, robots remained most science fiction. Science fiction. Right? Because that was Esau deal with, which goes to pseudoscience. 1954, when inventor George Duval, all right, planted the world's first programmable robot. But this is what the Lord, Yahweh, gave them that power on the left-hand side to create these robots. 1961, you see that was installed at a General Motors factory. Robots handling repetitive and dangerous manufacturing tasks that were difficult for human workers. And that's their excuse. All right, today, and that's going to be their excuse why a lot of people get laid off and lose their jobs and be demoted, right? Because the robots can work 24. It's going to show that it's in one of these junk that the robot can work 24 hours without getting tired. Jay can't do that shit. Jay making work 24 hours one day. You know? Out coffee. Certain other things they got to use to stay up. Well, robot don't need none of that shit. See, he said during the 1970s and the 1980s, robots spread throughout the factories worldwide. We didn't know that. You know, robots didn't come to my job until 2014, 2015, when I was going to leave that junk. You know, they had brought in some robots to try to weld. And guess what? When they brought them robots in, a lot of people got fired. They got played. Because that's how Esau do it. They ain't just fired, Jake. They played them. Oh, you been too late. It just came you know, the deceptive. You know what I'm saying? Jake lose their job because they came late, or they didn't call in, or they didn't do this, or they didn't do that. You know? Why? Because they brought them robots in to replace Jake anyway. But like you say, Esau is like a serpent. All right, but it says in the computer became more powerful, robot became smarter. See that? As computer became more powerful, robot became more smarter. Because it's all about the technology. You see? Now they just switched from 5G to 6G. You see that? And 6G is on a whole nother level than 5G. And we thought 4G was something. 5G shook up Babylon. See, in 2000, brought a new wave of robot innovation. This is wild, see? Today's companies like Boston, all right, Dynamics, Teslas, all right, see that? Figure AI and One X are developing humanoid robots comparable of walking, talking, and performing real-world tasks. So they're going to replace you niggas, all right, you spics, wetbacks, all right, because those are the nigga terms, the terms of the world called you Israelites. They're going to replace you, all right? They're gonna replace you with robots. And in a minute, we ain't gonna be seeing Issachar, which is so-called Mexican, on the roof building houses. You're gonna see robots doing that shit. You see? We already seen how they replacing Jake in the warehouses. Amazon, for an example. It's gonna be more of that. Jake gonna be replaced by robots. And that's why you heard a term like Apostle Rumlob always say, what's the nigga name? He always say that you gonna own nothing and be happy. And I would get that Edomite name that he always call out. But this it. This it right here, man. See, we show everything happening in the world of robots. All right. Now look at this. It said if you do these things, you will be jailed, but a robot wouldn't. Now let's look at some of these things. It says robots do not need a driver license, but we need a driver license. You see? A human need a license, driver test, insurance requirement. The AI itself doesn't. If it's crashed, responsibility usually fall elsewhere. So they're gonna say malfunctioning or something happened in the data, or you see. But if a human crash, a human, all right, fail as responsibility, what happened? They get punished. Now look at some more. It says robots can work 24 hours a day. You know what I was speaking about, in the beginning of the lesson. See? Humans are protected by law covering breaks, rest period, maximum working hours, workplace. You see that? They work a nigga to death. But that's the devil because they so fucking greedy, man. All right? They can't have enough. So they don't want a nigga to have no breaks. So they'd rather put robots in place of humans where they can keep they shit going, man. And that's how you know we're going to do these devils the worst way in the kingdom of heaven. Because these devils work a nigga ass 24 hours for real. They got morning work, evening work, night shift, and graveyard shift. They working Jake ass. Look, it said robots have none of these. Robots have none of these protection. Duh. They don't need nothing to eat. They don't need nothing to drink. They like Kevin Gates. They don't get tired. A robot can literally work non-stop every day of the year. Exactly. That's how you know Esau a greedy motherfucker, man. Greedy motherfucker. All right? It says robot can be sent to prison. See, they can't be sent to prison. But you can. If a human commit a crime, fine, prison, criminal record. If a robot cause harm, why they call it harm instead of crime? You see that? Why do they say a robot causing harm, but a nigga or a human causing the crime? You see the difference? You see that? The robot itself is almost never punished. Responsibility usually fall on what? The company, the owner, the operator, the manufacturer. Come on, man. That is crazy. The robot doesn't go to jail. You see that? This is wild. Robots can record vast amount of data. You see that? But niggas try to restore it in their brain. Yeah, I remember what you said. And then 2 hours later, hey, you remember that number I had called out? Nah, I think it was like 2008964. Then it oh, nah, it was 68. I remember it was, nah, it was 67. Remember it was 0, but the robot ain't gonna miss those numbers. This is wild, man. The robots don't have rights either. Why? Because they being controlled. That's why I just said it's upon the what? The manufacturer watch right here. Yeah, the company, the owner, the operator, and the manufacturer. You see that? So they are being controlled. All right? So it says the real question, as robots become more intelligent, should they follow human laws, receive some legal rights, or be treated like a new character altogether? You see? But this to show you that this is the future. All right, dealing with these power that be. This is the future. They're going to take away the human rights, all right? And instead, they're going to replace everything with technology as these so-called robots. All right, so let's go into another video. Look at this jump right here. It said robots are literally learning Shaolin Kung Fu before GTA 6. Now, look at these videos. They gonna kick a nigga ass, man. All right? They gonna kick a nigga ass. And half of these niggas can't fight anyway. And guess what? You gonna pull that gun out, it's a wrap for you. That little Draco, that little 4.5 with the stick on it, that ain't shit. That hoe gonna bounce right off them. And they gonna pull a gun out. And what your ass gonna do then? You see? This devil, Revelation 12 and 12, man. The nigga got something. The nigga got something going on, man. And the Lord gonna allow him to release that. All right? He buried not the sword in vain, nigga. The Lord created this nigga, all right, for the day of evil. Jake better get that shit straight. All right? So let me get some presets because I want to do one more video, all right, before I go in. So let me get these presets real quick. All right? This is, man, we're gonna need you. How about Shema Shah, man? Jake think it's a fucking game. You might be tough, but you ain't tough compared to them fucking robots. They gonna knock your ass out. You know, Jake gonna, you gonna have some niggas. They gonna try to fight them robots hand in hand. He gonna get laid out, man. Sleep. All right, this is Psalm 144 and 1. It said, "Bless." It's a song of David. See, it's a song of our King David. "Blessed be the Lord Yahweh, my strength, which teaches my hand to war and my fingers to fight." You see, we gotta depend upon Yahweh Shema Shah for each and everything, man. Give me the strength, Yahweh Shema Shah, to even walk to the car. Give me the strength, give me the courage, you know, to even do the smallest things, man. And when it comes down to Jacob trouble, hey, we're gonna have to ask and pray to Yahweh Shema Shah for the smallest thing to the biggest thing. You know? Lord, give me the strength to go out here and make it to where I need to make it and get back. All right? And this how King David. All right? "Blessed be the Lord Yahweh, my strength." You see that? So when King David was kicking ass and taking names, guess who was allowing him to kick ass and take names? Give him that power to kick ass and take names. The Heavenly Father Yahweh. Why? Because he acts. It says, "My hands to war and my fingers to fight." And King David, he put all the heathens, all right, in subjection. You see? All the heathen. That's why, you know, King Solomon was able to rule for the 1,000 years. I mean, it's like for those 40 years in peace. Because King David was slaying shit. You see that? He was about that action. He had so much blood on his hand, he couldn't even build a temple. No, he left it there. Hey, Solomon, you got too much blood on your hand. You see? But who moved him? Man, going to the Lord, right? My goodness, and my fortress, my high tower, my deliverer, my shield, and he in whom I trust, who subdue my people under me. You see that? So come on, bro. We're going to need you. How about Shema Shah? All right, when this devil come down with that great wrath, man. We're going to need the Lord. All right, let me get another one. Psalms 83 and 34. I mean, it's like Psalms 18, 84, and Salaki. Psalms 18 and 34, it says, "He teaches my hands." No. Woo. All right. Man. Psalms 18 and 30, it said, as for the power, his way is perfect. The words of the Lord Yahweh is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him. That's one of my favorite precepts, Proverbs 30 and 5. Every word of the Most High Yahweh is pure, but he is a shield unto them. Not every fucking body. Because everybody don't call on the name. Everybody don't fear the Lord. But here's a shield unto them. And that's why I said, and down here it said he is tried. Because when you try the Lord out, you will find out that his words are faith and truth. Just when you just try it out. You know how Jake, man, let me taste that shit, man. That shit look good. But let me taste it, man. Let me see that shit good, man. That shit smell good, look good. Let me see if it tastes good. Jake get it at, oh, yo, man, that shit is fire. You know, but Most High Yahweh, his words are faith and truth, man. All right? But you got to trust in him. Faith is the key. But it says, for who is the power to save the Lord Yahweh? For who is power? Save the Lord Yahweh. Or who is the rock? Save our power. It is the power which is the Most High Yahweh that girded me with strength and make my weight perfect. You see that? He making my feet like hinds feet and setting me upon a high place. And when you think about hinds feet, I think about those animals that be on those mountains, those small ass rocks, and you know what I'm saying? But the mountain is so steep that a human can't do it. Certain animals can't do it. I know them animals look like goats, but they can't do it. You know, and them motherfuckers jump like a fucking cricket. You know, them things can jump. You know, but it's like a place they be at that can't no animal come to eat them or, you know, to my cause harm to them. 144, come about some shot. And that's how the Lord is going to protect and have the elect. All right? Yeah, we're going to be in the midst, but guess what? No harm or nothing. That's Psalm 91 and 10. All right? But it says it's like he teaches my hands to war so that bow or steel is broken in my arms. Exactly. So when you think about these robots right here, we gonna need that. You see that? We gonna need Yahweh Shema Shah give us the power to break these motherfucking robots in half, man. They made out of steel. But what King David just say? All right, he teaches my hands to war so that bow of steel is broken by my hands, by my arms. Man, that's cold, man. All right? And one more precept. This is Jeremiah. All right, 51 and 20. Thou art my thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nation, and with thee will I what? Destroy a kingdom. Who are thee? All right? The elect. The Lord gonna give certain men spiritual power. All right, and guess what? We gonna do our thing. You see? And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and the riders, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariots and his riders. So yeah, Esau got those fighter jets, those, you know, tanks and this and that. Bro, we're gonna be doing, man, come on, bro. That shit gonna be like canning to a kid. All you can eat. You know, the Lord gonna allow us, you know, certain men to fuck these people up, man, as the angels are gonna do so. All right? It's just gonna be a crazy event that we would love to see, because it's gonna be the reward of our enemies. All right? So we're gonna need divine intervention, man. So in my comment board, can y'all beat up a robot? Do y'all have the strength to fight a robot? Till next time, Shalom, Papa Barbara, May the Lord team bless y'all morning.